Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to be dazzled and amazed as we introduce to you the one and only, the incredibly talented Donishia George, better known as Nesha The Artist. Hailing from the vibrant city of Peekskill, New York, this powerhouse of creativity is not just a makeup maven, but a true artist extraordinaire. With over a decade of experience in the beauty industry, Donishia has honed her skills to perfection, all while being a devoted mother to her precious daughter. A self-taught virtuoso, she embarked on her artistic journey by mastering her craft through the magical realm of YouTube tutorials. From Lancôme beauty and advisor to the right hand of celebrity makeup artist Mary Gordon, Donishia stars has only continued to rise. Having graced the pages of Vogue, Sports Illustrated, and the glitzy runways of high fashion, Donishia Artistry knows no bounds. Not only did she conquer all 50 states in every school competition she entered, but she also captured hearts as a beauty influencer for renowned brands such as L'Oreal Paris, Urban Decay, KVD Beauty, and more. A true trailblazer in the world of beauty, Donishia's passion and dedication have rightfully earned her a spot in the elite top 25 for best brows with benefits cosmetics. As she continues to evolve and thrive as an entrepreneur, there is no doubt that Nesha The Artist is a force to be reckoned with. So let's give a round of applause to the phenomenal Donishia George, the living embodied of talent, beauty, and boundless creativity. Hey, what's up? What's up? How did y'all like that intro? Y'all ain't ready for today. Y'all are not ready for today, but listen, I am. So with that, I'm about to bring my girl to the stage because y'all heard the bio. Y'all already know what she's about. Well, some of y'all know what she's about. Some of y'all are about to find out what she's about. Welcome to the Brown Girls Do Network live series. I am Vanessa Williamson, the founder of Brown Girls Do Network, but make no mistake, I do not do this journey by myself. I have a whole team of fabulous women that basically helps me with this journey. So I cannot say that I do this by myself. But let's go ahead and welcome Miss Donishia George, better known as Nesha The Artist, to the stage. Hey.
Hello.
Hey. How you doing, Mama?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. You look fabulous. Okay.
And you look amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Oh my goodness. How is our audience out here doing this afternoon? Well, on this rainy Wednesday.
I know. It's so rainy.
It is. And it is not nice to us today, but that's okay. Listen, it can rain, but the sun is still shining on all this beauty. Okay?
Yes.
So, how was your day? Let's start right there. Let's start with, how was your day?
My day was, to me, it was good. It was really good. I feel like, I don't know. I feel refreshed today.
Okay. You feel refreshed? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Listen.
And how was your day today?
Thank you for asking. How was my day? It was a day. I cannot complain. It was a beautiful day, even though the sun was shining. The sun was not shining. On my way home from work, everybody was driving like crazy. So I said, you know what? I'm going in the house. Everybody don't know how to act. I'm going in the house. I'm not going to the grocery store. Let me just do that and stuff because it's too much. It's too much. Definitely.
I understand, girl. I understand.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Nesha The Artist, okay? And as we say, this is my makeup artist, okay? The number one recommended makeup artist in my photography studio, Studio 19, VW Freelance Photographer. So we're going to get into this conversation with this beautiful, glamorous lady today, okay? And we're going to start up, right? Let the people know. Can you share with us your artistic journey and how did you know that being a makeup artist was your passion? Because she is the best makeup artist.
Well, honestly, For myself, how I knew I wanted to be at MUA, I actually, okay, in high school we had a career day, and I had noticed at a counter, like a table, that there was this lady. She was so beautiful, and I wanted to know more. And basically, she worked for Mary Kay, which is ironic. And I actually won a sweepstakes. And it was like a makeover. She came to my home, and I actually started asking questions, and that's when she explained to me that she was a makeup artist. And I started asking, how do I get started? And she told me the first thing she told me to do is work at a makeup counter. Her name was Nesha Walcott. I'll never forget her. She said to basically try different makeup counters and build myself up. So I ended up getting hired at Lancôme. And I was one of the top sellers there. And how did I know that I really wanted to pursue it even more? I was getting married back then, and I took on the challenge of doing my whole bridal party, their hair and their makeup. And I put that challenge on myself. And from that moment, I knew that, okay, this is definitely what I wanted to do, because it wasn't as good as it is now.
Okay.
But it was a start for me to realize that's something that I wanted to pursue even further.
Okay, I have a question. You did your whole bridal party's makeup and your makeup?
Yes.
How
And
many
my
people
hair
we-
and their hair.
Girl,
I had
oh my God.
I had a bridal party of 6. Yeah. Yes. I had a bridal party of 6 bridesmaids.
Do you do
So-
you first and then them, or them first and then you?
No, I did them first, and then I did me last, because I wanted to just focus on me. But yeah, it allowed me to see that's something that I definitely wanted to pursue from that moment.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes.
Listen, the ladies are coming in, and they're commenting, she is the best. We love it. East is like, what? Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So, Brown Girls Do Network. We are a bunch, or a group, a collaborative of women, right, in business, brown women in business. And we love what we do. But what we do, it doesn't always come easy. Okay. Sometimes we face challenges. So for you, right, coming up in the industry with the starting at Lancôme, right, the makeup counter, outselling everyone, okay, with the beauty and glam.
Yes.
You cannot tell me that didn't come with some challenges. So what are some of the challenges you faced when you started in the industry? Because your industry is a pretty competitive industry.
Yes, definitely. I feel like some of the challenges that I had was finding my place, if that makes sense. Finding my
Yes,
place
it
of where I
does.
belong. Because honestly, back then, I wanted to be a MAC cosmetic makeup artist. And the challenges I had from that, I was turned away 2 different times. And the last time that I went, that was basically, I got the job, but I didn't get the job, if that makes sense. I was told that I had to have a cosmetology license every time that I went. And I went and got my cosmetology license, and I went back. And when they interviewed me, they said I was the best candidate that they could have ever looked at. And I went through a difficult time at the time, and I actually missed that call by like 3 months. I missed that call by 3 months. And when I contacted them back, they said they were waiting for me for about a month. They didn't want to let me go. They actually wanted me to be like the store manager, and they had to find somebody else. So basically, I thought my dreams were like crushed. Like, oh my gosh, this is something that I was really working hard and trying to strive for it. But obviously, that wasn't the plan for me.
It wasn't for you. No, it wasn't.
Mm,
And listen, we love the mat counter. We love the
yeah,
girls at the mat counter.
yeah.
I do believe in correct timing and divine intervention, right? It wasn't for you to work at
Mm-mm.
the mat counter. Because if you worked at the mat counter, we probably would have never met the Nesha the Artist, at that time. Now, question, were you calling yourself Nesha the Artist at that time?
No, I was not. I was Donishia George. I
Okay,
was definitely
yeah.
Donishia George.
So you hadn't even evolved into that person yet.
No, not at all. Not at
Okay.
all.
Okay.
Not at all. I was actually going to be called Nesha the Makeup Artist. And when I was assisting for Mary Gordon, she's a celebrity makeup artist. And we talked about the name that I chose, and she's like, "You got to shorten it. Why is it so long? For somebody to type that in, you got to kind of shorten it." So that's when it became Nesha the Artist, and it was as clear as day. I'm like, okay, this is what it is.
Listen, we know it, we love it. You're branded. You are branded.
Yeah.
So challenges, right? We have challenges in the industry. As women, we have challenges. And then when we put another layer on it, sometimes as brown women, we have challenges in the industry just due to the fact that we are brown women. Have you faced any challenges in the industry as a brown woman in the makeup industry?
I think the most impactful challenge that I had was the Mac situation. When I was turned down those 2 times, it was almost like, how can I say it? I was kind of looked up and down like, no, yeah, you need a cosmetology license. So when I went back the 3rd time, the woman, she was a brown woman. The person who was interviewing me, she was a brown woman. And she told me I didn't even need a cosmetology license to even get a role as a makeup artist there.
Wow.
So I was kind of crushed. That's what they told me. And it wasn't so apparently. So I felt like that was basically one of my struggles when I realized. I said, okay, it's because of my complexion.
What did that do to you? What did that do to your self-esteem? Because, us growing up as brown women, me and you, we are more on the darker side and we love our chocolate, right?
Yes.
But growing up, sometimes people are not as nice, to you, and they say mean things, right? And then when you are now an adult and the lady is like, you don't need a cosmetology license to be here. Sometimes it's re-traumatizing from childhood, right?
Definitely.
But what did it do to you as an adult? How did you handle that as an adult?
I became depressed about it. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of held on to that for a little while. Until I was very depressed, actually. I almost didn't want to continue because I put in a lot of work to try to get to that point. I went for my cosmetology license. I even went for barbering. I said I need to get everything. So there's no if, buts, or and. And I remember my beauty school teacher. She's like, you don't only have to work at a makeup counter. You can basically work for yourself. And I'm like, I didn't understand it at all. But it kind of led me to end up working with a celebrity makeup artist, out the gate.
Right.
Yes. And that Mary Gordon, she found me at the Lancôme counter. She pulled me away. She's like, do you want to stay behind this counter or do you want to assist for a celebrity makeup artist? I'm going to go that way. And I assisted for her. And
how was that
experience
working with her?
That experience was, honestly, it was amazing. I learned so much, and I feel like she's one of the reasons why I am where I am now, because she allowed me to see the business aspect, how to be organized, how to even with the products that I needed. She allowed me to go with her on many shoots, lavish shoots, and to see what she was charging. I'm like, okay, I think this is something that
What
I feel
was
like I
she
could
charging?
Oh. Okay, so her face, she was charging 1,500. That was per face.
What?
Yeah. And she worked with some of the best people out there, celebrities. Like the Real Housewives of New York. She did Vogue shoots. I did with her. I did Sports Illustrated with her. She took me on a journey with her, and I'll never forget it. Like even down to the CEO of CBS, the daughter of the CEO of CBS. I did their wedding with her. It was the experience, and literally, I don't think I would be where I am right now if I didn't have that experience, because it was the groundwork. It wasn't easy.
Man, the exposure, just the exposure itself.
Alone.
I would lose my mind if I was on a Sports Illustrated set. I would have to talk myself down. Like, girl, act like you belong here. Act like you belong here.
And that's exactly how I had to take it in. Like, okay, calm down.
Right.
You ain't never did this before, but act like you have. So, yes, definitely.
Oh,
it was
my
an awesome experience. Definitely.
So that was a good thing that you came in contact with her. The exposure is top notch. She charges $1,500 full face, but she paid her dues. I know she paid her dues.
At the time, she was already in the industry for 29 years. So she was in there. So it's the footwork, and it's the connection, you know. And I said, okay. And for her, she explained to me how she got her start. She actually was doing makeup at photo shoots. Like, she worked with a photographer, like how me and you work, and she just got the ground running with that. And from that, she became more exposed, got more exposure, and that's how she built herself up, which I thought was amazing. And then I met you.
You met me after her?
I met you like, I want to say 2 years after.
2 years after. Okay. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, how me and Donishia met. Me and her, we just happened to be in the same room a few times. I was hired to do the photo shoot, events, and she was the makeup artist. And I remember, like, if I'm doing your event and it was JoJo, I came in and Donishia was doing her makeup and everything, and I'm taking pictures of, like, behind the scenes. And Donishia said, "Don't take no pictures of me." Don't take no pictures of me. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Was I really that way? Wait, hold on. Did I probably did, because I'm still that way to this day.
Okay. You do that to me sometime now in the studio.
Yeah, I can see myself doing that.
Yes. So I called JoJo. I had came up with this idea. I wanted to do a headshot party. My very first headshot party. But I said, I cannot do a headshot party just me by myself. I need a makeup artist, because that's the way I wanted to package it. So I contacted Donishia. She didn't call me back. I messaged Donishia. She didn't message me back. Okay. I was like, what is going on, JoJo? What's up? JoJo was like, I don't know, but I think you was on a cruise. I think you was on vacation.
Oh, so that was probably my birthday cruise. I was gone for like 10 days. I remember that.
Okay. On a cruise, yes. And you finally connected with me, and I pitched you the idea, and you was like, okay, yeah, I can do that. And I marketed the headshot party. I had 10 spaces. I think we only had 3 people that signed up, and that headshot party was here at my house, right? Prior to the studio. And we was like, okay. And oddly enough, you would think that would discourage some people. It motivated the heck out of me and Donishia. We was like, we're going to do this again. We're going to do this
literally, again. Yes. It was definitely an experience.
Yes. We did it again, and we sold out. All of the spaces, sold out every slot that we had. And it was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And it was like the rhythm. We knew how to dance with each other in the same space. And it was like, just timing was perfect. So,
literally.
Yes, yes. And I thank you for coming on this journey with me. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, honestly, because this was your idea, literally. And I appreciate you, and literally, I'm indebted to you. I don't think you realize that. Thank you. Thank you for all that you've done. Like, you're amazing. You're intelligent. The way how your mind works. I'm sorry. You're awesome, Vanessa.
Sometime I got to turn this thing off. Okay. This morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, I think I was texting Stephanie and the committee and everybody. I was like, I'm sorry, y'all. My mind is on 500 again right now. But my question to you, right? We were just talking about how we can be re-traumatized from childhood. Disappointment can literally send us into a depressed state because it makes you feel like you're not good enough. It makes you feel like maybe you're going down the wrong path. Maybe this journey is just not for me. And it makes you second guess your craft when you run up against people who are saying, well, no, you need a cosmetology license, to get here. I do want to ask this before I ask the question that I put up there. How was cosmetology school for you as a brown woman?
Cosmetology school was different. Going in, I went there to actually learn more about makeup, and they didn't teach makeup like that. They didn't really teach makeup like that. But what I had noticed is that they don't really show you how to do black hair.
Black hair.
Well, now they're learning more about how to incorporate black hair. I guess maybe people have talked about it a lot of times, and now they're like, okay, let's add this to the curriculum. But it wasn't so. It wasn't as educated like that with black hair. So that was something very different for me. I did not expect. So,
that's always been the talk about cosmetology school that I've heard from a lot of guys and girls, that when they go, they are not taught to do our hair, 4C hair, the natural kinky hair. You're not taught to do that, and it's not even in the curriculum at all. However, it didn't stop you, because let me tell y'all, if somebody come into the studio and they have a wig, or if their hair is out of place, Donisha's like, and she get them together.
Honestly, my background with hair, I was doing hair before I did makeup. A lot of people don't know that. I started doing hair since I was 12 years old. I was more of a hair artist before I even go into cosmetology school. Makeup just came along the way, and makeup kind of took over for me. But yeah, hair was like something that I was always passionate about as well.
Listen, if you, Donisha has a daughter, Bianca, and she is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not, or if you go to her Instagram, you may see 1 or 2 posts with her daughter on there, with her doing her practicing on her face. You would not think this is her daughter. Where I'm going with this is, if you saw her daughter's hair and hair and more hair, yes, Donisha, you need to know how to do hair. Definitely.
No, I think that's why I was blessed to do. I'm like, okay, there's a reason why I had to learn, because her hair is not easy to handle. She has so much hair, and it's long, it's curly. It's like, oh, your hands are locking up. But it's gorgeous.
Like, your daughter is absolutely beautiful. She is very beautiful.
Thank you so much.
My question is, going through this journey, cosmetology school, the mat counter, the ins and outs of you learning, we're often asked, what would we tell our younger self, right? But what would you tell your younger self before starting a business, right? What would you say to little Donisha? Okay, little Donisha, before you go on this journey, this is what you need to know.
Honestly, patience. Learning a lot of patience. It took a lot of patience to get to where I am. Still having patience. I feel like the patience, listening more, and basically close my mouth. Just basically be observant, take in knowledge, and learn more. And not really be in my feelings a lot. because sometimes I kind of say if my feelings are hurt, it's done. Like it's done. I don't want to do them. So it's basically about having more patience. Like I basically that's what I would have told myself. Like as a younger person,
to have more patience. All right.
Definitely.
With that, we're going to take a pause, and I want to run this commercial, and we will be right back.
Okay.
Brown Girls Do Network is a dynamic community and platform that empowers and supports women of color in their personal and professional journeys. Our mission is to create a space where women can connect, collaborate, and thrive. We provide resources, events, and opportunities for networking and skill building. Our businesses serve women of color from diverse backgrounds, including entrepreneurs, professionals, and creatives. We aim to uplift and amplify the voices and experiences of women of color, providing them with the tools, support they need to succeed in their chosen fields. Brown Girls Do Network embraces inclusivity, empowerment, and sisterhood. Welcome to Brown Girls Do Network, where we get things done. Please join us. Okay, I hope y'all like. Look, I think I'm fancy.
Yes, no, that's awesome, Vanessa.
No, they're like, come on now with the commercial. Okay,
yes,
I love it. I love it. So, Miss Donishia, all of us, we are multi-layered women. Okay, we are multi-layered, we are multifaceted, we wear many hats. So even I spoke with Shamika last week, many hats. I didn't speak with Shamika, I spoke with Karina last week from the Vegan Bakery, many hats. Shamika, many hats. Stephanie, many hats. You wear many hats, right? It's like as brown women, we just don't know how to do one thing.
Nope. Can't.
But you know what? And not that we don't even know how. Sometimes I feel like the world we live in does not allow us to do one thing, right? Exactly. So for you, how do you maintain? Because what is your other job? What else do you do?
I am a healthcare worker. I work in a nursing home at nighttime. I do that 3 nights a week. Basically. Yeah. 3 nights a week.
And I remember when we met, you had 2 jobs and doing the makeup. And I'm like, when
I was sleep? Yeah, I was working 6 days a week. I was back to back, sometimes doubles, and doing this at the same time. I wasn't sleeping. And I would thank cosmetology school for that, because I was going to school from 9 to 5. I'll come home. My daughter would be like, okay, I'm ready to play. I would have to go to work at 11 to 7. So it would be like back to back. I didn't really sleep much. So it kind of just carried that trait. But
okay.
Yeah.
All right. But you also do one more thing. Okay. And actually, Coco just reminded me of this other thing. Ma'am, don't you sing?
No. I guess I have to say yes now. I kind of kept that hidden for a little while. I think it's time for me to venture off into that even more so, realizing that I guess I do have a voice.
You do. You have a voice, a beautiful voice, a loud voice. Okay. I mean, a voice that will fill up the room. Voices like that are not meant to be silenced. However, I do understand that things have to be aligned also, right? They have to be aligned. And I know at this time, you're on a faith-based journey.
I am. I really am.
You're on a faith-based journey, and it's beautiful to watch, right? And I'm watching your stories on Instagram, and you actually posted up here recently. What is the campaign you're doing right now?
Okay, so basically, I'm wanting to work with Christian-based brands, whether it's clothing, makeup, anything dealing with it, like Christianity-based, basically, and it came to me in a dream, which has been happening a lot for the past about 2 8 years, I'll have random dreams, and I'm like, okay, I think this is maybe where I'm supposed to be heading. But I feel like I want to say within a year, a lot has changed, especially my perspective on life and on God. And I feel like some amazing things are going to be happening. They are happening. So basically, that's something that I'm trying to basically work with Christian-based brands. Sorry.
Okay. What are Christian-based makeup brands?
It could be makeup brands, it could be clothing, it could be items, anything that I could collaborate with another brand owner.
Okay.
Yes, and coming up with different ideas because I create content. I'm a social media influencer as well. And basically it's collaborating between two people to produce the product. Right. And basically showing off the talents that I have and bringing in the, whatever product or basically whatever product that goes together.
Collaboration. It's a collaboration. Listen, I love the word collaboration, right? Collaboration over competition any day, right? Yes. So, and I am a true believer of self-fulfilling prophecy. What comes out your mouth is your blessings. What you want, if you can see it, if you can feel it, if you can dream it, that means you can have it. Okay. Yeah. So keep putting up your posts about, what you want to come into your life and around your energy. I'll try not to play as much trap music in the studio. Okay.
I'm like, girl, I'm there, and it's a vibe, so yeah, definitely.
Right. And that's the thing. If anyone has experience coming into the studio with me and Donishia, the one word that they always say is a vibe, right? Yeah. It is definitely a vibe when you come into the studio, from the makeup and from the makeup over, to the photos, and we're just having such a good time. Such a good time.
It's an amazing time.
It really is. And it's an experience.
It's definitely an experience.
It's an experience.
It's to the point I don't want to leave. I'm like, I don't want to leave Vanessa. I got to see this through.
That is true.
It's so true. Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen who are out there listening, if you are enjoying this podcast, if you're enjoying this conversation, please join in. Do you have any questions for Nesha the Artist? If you have any questions, start putting them up. Thank you, Kiva. She's like the best ever. Please start putting them up so we can definitely ask her the questions. Definitely. I have a question, Donishia, makeup question. Okay. If you can only use one makeup product for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One makeup product for the rest of my life? One?
I knew I was going to get you with this one.
Whoa.
One makeup product for the rest of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, what is your one, okay? Your one makeup product that you can only use for the rest of your life. What would it be? I would love to know what the audience has to say about that as well. I think I know what my one would be. Mm-hmm. What would your one be?
Honestly, I think it would be like lip gloss or something. Like
lip gloss. Oh, that's a good one. Oh,
yeah. I don't want my lips to be dry all the time.
Bianca said an eyebrow pencil. Beauty Flow and Skin Care. She said an eyebrow pencil. A pencil. Let's see. Are you going to host the makeup application? Oh. Shelby wants to know, are you going to host the makeup application classes again? What you did in the studio. Are you doing that?
Not currently.
In the future?
Just yet. Possibly in the future. I see that happening. I really see that happening, definitely, just because of when I tell you my dreams be coming up, I'm like, okay, so I know that's going to be happening. It's just currently right now, it's like I have a lot that's on my plate currently, but I definitely see that happening in the future.
Okay.
Definitely. Yes.
Let me see. Lip gloss for sure. Oh, my niece said lip. Hey, my niece is on here. Hey,
Hello.
Melinda. Listen, she's an artist. I got to get her on this show. She said lip gloss for sure. Also, yep. Shelby said always lips, lipstick. Man, y'all don't make me change my whole what I said mine's would be. So, okay, Juanita just said, never mind. With the question, she wanted to know, was you going to be hosting any makeup classes? That women that don't wear makeup would love that. And then she's like, okay, never mind. She answered the question. Listen, Donishia has hosted. What did you call the class? What did you do? What was the class called when you was teaching people on live? No, it wasn't even on live. How to apply their makeup.
My first makeup class, like the in-person class that I did?
No, you did it on the computer. You did it in the studio the first time, and then the second time you did it again. Where you was helping people put the music, put the makeup on.
Yes. It was basically the same thing.
That. Yeah, I forgot what you called it though.
I just basically, for that class, I was showing how to turn a day look into a night look, something quick and easy. For you, the everyday woman.
Quick and easy for you. Because I still can't do a smoky eye.
You still can't do a smoky eye, Vanessa?
Or apply eyelashes.
No?
No, still can't do it. Still can't do it.
We're going to have some more lessons, Vanessa. We got to get you, girl. We got to get it together.
No, what we need you to do, what all of us need you to do is to host another class, right? Mm-hmm. To teach us how to apply in these, these creative makeup tips. For you, what's the purpose of, Shamika just has a question. She said, what's the purpose of baking?
Okay, for one, I don't bake. I don't bake at all. I feel like baking, it adds more of a flashback. Like when you take pictures, it gives you it looks bright under your eyes. I don't like to bake. A lot of people like that technique. It's basically setting your concealer and brightening up under your eyes. Baking, to me, it's cakey. And that's the reason why I don't really like the idea of baking. A lot of people do, but from the technique that I use now, I just basically press the powder in, like dusting off the brush, press it in, and not trying to basically have that flashback. Because when you take pictures, you'll see just basically wherever you put that powder.
Okay. Yeah. And can you, all right, so we've been in the studio, right? And I've witnessed it, you've experienced it, where a person does not wear makeup. Right? They don't wear makeup. And when you do the fan and you turn them around to the mirror, they're like in shock. Looking at themselves, right? Yeah. Can you please explain to people the differences between regular everyday makeup and photo shoot makeup and when you're getting married? Right? Because those are three different situations, but people seem to think it's the same face, and it's nowhere near the same face.
No. Okay, so for everyday makeup, it's more of like a lighter application. You're not using as much product, if that makes sense, rather than a photo shoot. Photo shoot makeup is it's more prominent. It's like the contouring. You see the darkness, but it's for the idea and the illusion of when you're taking a picture, it's like you already see that shadowing. Because when you put foundation or concealer, it's taking away the shape of your face. So it's like to have that balance of the curvature of, different parts of your face. Contouring is needed, especially for photography makeup. So you probably look at yourself like, whoa, this looks like a lot, but the way how it translates through pictures is completely different. for like a bride's makeup or a wedding makeup, it's you can take it lighter, but it's all about the layering process. You know, brides will say, "Oh, I don't want too much," or "I don't want this," or so you can definitely have a nice neutral look, but you definitely want to have the layering aspect so it can last longer through you know, the longevity of the wedding. Mm-hmm. So it's like when you're taking pictures later on, it's not like you don't see no foundation on your face anymore. It's like it's there, it's staying. It's like basically how for myself, for wedding makeup, bridesmaids, I like to use waterproof makeup, everything. Basically I try to make your face as much waterproof as possible. That's not saying, oh, cake your face up. No, because some brides want heavy. A lot of brides like the traditional bridal look. So you can definitely do it lighter, but it's about the idea of also layering and the idea of making sure that face does not move. Hence, waterproof makeup.
Yes, because you need that face to last all day long, right? Yeah. The reason why I love working with Donishia the Artist in the studio with for the photographer for my photography is because the one thing she just said, the contouring, right? When I take pictures and if there's no contouring, you're going to look flat.
Yeah, like washed out.
Yeah, you're going to look washed out and no shadows or anything. And the beauty comes in with the contour. So when I'm doing my post-production, like my editing, when I go home, if she did your face, most likely it's going to be very little that I have to do. Very little that I have to do. So with that, okay, we have a question on the screen. It says, what are some What are some things that inspired you to keep going in your career in everyday life?
Some things that inspired me to keep going? Okay, so honestly, I want to say for two reasons. My father, he passed away in September, and the way how I see my father being such an amazing hard worker. My dad never had a day off. He worked 7 days a week, 2 different jobs, and his goal was to make sure his family was okay. And to see how no matter what he did, he just kept going. I'm like, my dad is strong. So he's one of the reasons. And the fact that my parents, they were immigrants. So they came here basically to give us a life. The best I can do is repay them back and try to be successful in what I'm going towards, because it's like the background of being from the Caribbean. It's like you got to be a lawyer, a doctor, you got to be this, that,
or nurse,
or nurse. Mm-hmm. But yes, I work in healthcare, but makeup was my passion, so I just wanted to go full force. My daughter is like, she's like literally my muse. Like Vanessa had said in the intro, when I was going to cosmetology school, my daughter was my model. A lot of people ask me, why is your 9-year-old your model? Why can't you pick somebody else? I said, no, she's my muse. You don't get it. It's like her features, everything about her. I'm just like, my daughter, and not only that, my daughter's an amazing model. So it's like she could model. And when I say like, knowing that, okay, I have a little girl, I want her to also see that no matter where you come from, it's like you can make it. That's one of the reasons. A lot of people don't know. I'm going to say this because a lot of people don't know this about me. From elementary school up until 9th grade, I was actually in special ed. And a lot of people didn't see me moving forward with my life, as far as didn't think I was going to be that successful. Honestly, that's kind of what I got. And once I had my daughter, because I had my daughter at the age of 18, I was a senior. And when I tell you, I didn't think I was going to graduate, because after 9th grade, I went into regular classes and everything. And But the thing about it for me, I always thought school was boring. I couldn't. It's not like that. I couldn't grasp it. I just, to me, it wasn't something. How can I say? It wasn't. I didn't feel like
Enjoyable.
it was fun. It wasn't
Yeah.
enjoyable. But
Hmm.
once I had my daughter in senior, as a senior, I knew I had to do something. And I had a very inspirational teacher that also was pushing me like, oh no, you're going to graduate. You're going to do what you have to do. You're going to get your diploma. And I'm also very grateful for that teacher as well because she really pushed me. But literally, it is my daughter. One of the reasons why I keep going and I can't stop because I want to show her that, baby, you can make it no matter what, basically. So that's something a lot of people don't
Absolutely.
know about me, but yeah.
Yay.
it,
Yeah.
it,
Um,
it
you
just turned
shared
out that
that.
I was a little bit, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It was just turned out, a lot of people thought that I wasn't that smart, but it turns out I was actually really smart because I was able to build up a whole brand and made a
Right.
whole life, basically, a career out of it.
And I don't understand the term, not from you, but I don't understand the term not smart, right?
Mhm.
Everyone is intelligent and smart in their lane. Society
Mhm.
makes us think everyone is supposed to enjoy high school. Everybody is supposed to enjoy school itself. Everyone's supposed to pass math, English, and all of these things.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
no, everyone does not enjoy high. I know I didn't enjoy high school.
I
Everyone does not enjoy
didn't.
high school, right? Everyone,
I didn't.
everyone's favorite subject is not math. But that doesn't make you not smart. That makes it that I'm not interested or that thing is not
Yeah,
my thing, right? So you
exactly.
found your thing, and your
Yeah.
thing is your creative artistry. How do
Yeah.
you even come up with some of these? Because when I was, listen, I was basically, and it's not like I just met Donisha. I've been knowing Donisha probably now for 5 years. But I was stalking in her Instagram and her TikTok, just going down trying to find content for the intro. And some of the looks that you came up with, I'm like, how did she come up with this? I'm like this banner makeup you did. How do you come up with this artistic expression? Now, being an artist, I do know it's not, it comes from many different places, right?
Mhm.
Many. You could be driving home and see a billboard like, oh, there's an idea. But how do you come up with this stuff in your videos on TikTok? I'm like, hmm, okay.
Okay, so a lot of people don't know this, but I use my creativity in my videos from my emotions. I know it sounds crazy.
No, it does not.
um,
Okay. I love that. Go
um,
ahead.
however I'm feeling, literally, it's like, um, okay, so one of my struggles I would have to say is that I struggle with focusing. And one of the things that I'm able to do with my creativity through my videos is actually express myself through my videos. So I might hear a song and I'm like, okay, I can relate to every single word in the song right now, how I'm feeling. It could be a love song, it could be something of hurt, whatever the case may be. I literally would take the song, I'll have the look in my head. It's like something that comes
Yep.
to me. It's so strange. It
Hmm.
comes to me. Sometimes I'll have a dream and I'm like, okay, I cannot let this look go out of my head. I have to do this look. I have to create. So it's like basically, I think it's just from within.
It's the
Um,
mood, it's the vibe,
the
right?
mood is
That
the
you
vibe.
feel that it takes you to your artistic journey. I think every artist can relate to that, right?
Yeah,
You see it before you actually create it.
literally,
Every
literally.
artist can definitely they can relate to that. Any
Yeah.
questions at all? I know Shamika, she asked you about baking, right? And she was like, okay, I didn't know that. But she wanted to know, what is the alternative to baking?
I'm doing exactly what I said. Okay. So it's I'm just gonna show it anyways, okay?
Oh,
It's a
she gonna
technique.
show us, y'all.
I'm gonna show it, okay?
She is gonna, oh man.
I'm gonna show it, all right? So I'm gonna do it on myself. It's okay, because it's not gonna be anything too dramatic. So don't mind my brush. I just used it to do my makeup for today. Okay, so I have a brush like this. It looks, I don't know if you can see that.
What brush is this? So we know.
It's
That's that brush, that angle brush.
Yes, it's an angle brush. It's by Real Technique. I love to use this for my under eye, to blend out my concealer, and also use it to set concealer under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, because that's wherever I place my concealer is where I would want to put my setting powder. Okay, so this is a technique that for me I find that works. No flashback, no nothing. Okay, so I would go in with a setting powder. This is one size. This is like Sweet Honey. Okay, and for cinnamon. So basically, I will go in, tap. I have the product on it, right? So this is like what you would use for like baking. You want that powder to be like basically a lot on that brush. Okay, what I do is I dust it off. And whatever access I have on here, I just literally will pat it in. I will pat it in. And you won't have that flashback. It's setting the concealer. Oh, sorry. It's setting the concealer without having to have that flashback. So as you see, I did the powder on under my eyes, but you can't really see that, right? But it is set. I mean, it was set before, but it will set just like that. And also to take away, it says, okay, when you put the powder under your eyes or place the powder wherever you put the concealer, I will go in with the setting spray.
Okay.
And that would also make your skin look more like skin. So the other alternative is actually dusting off that brush and just patting it in, pushing it in. Not adding too much. And if you feel like it's still, like you could see the concealer where it looks shiny, I would go ahead and do the same technique over again to make sure that every area is that it is set. That makes sense.
Well, thank you very much. Yes. We have another question. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years with makeup?
Okay. So I'm going to go off the dream that I had 6 years ago. I feel like that's where I'm heading. It feels like that's where I'm heading. I see myself teaching, and not only that, being a speaker, just talking about the journeys of life and from beginning to end, because I know that I have a story. It's an amazing story. It's like a movie, honestly. And I feel like I could see myself doing something like that. Being a teacher, talking, basically something like that. And also having my makeup brand, because I have.
Now we did a whole photo shoot. She has a makeup brand.
And I know that's a part of it. That came back up to me like, okay, you're supposed to do this, but you got to do it differently. Everything is different. It's not even what the products. The products is not even what I had in that photo shoot. I'm still gonna use my pictures because I have so many pictures people have not seen. And but definitely being a brand owner as far as the cosmetic line.
Okay. So, all right. With that, you said you want to write a book because you have a story. We all have a story, right? And we talked about this on Stephanie's podcast. Some stories we need to tell. Some stories we don't want to tell, right? Mm-hmm. And some stories are healing, right? So some stories are just for us to know.
Yeah.
We are having a workshop. Brown Girls Who Network is having a workshop, Spring into Writing with Stephanie on April 27th. I highly recommend you be in the room for that, because she will be talking about helping you to start writing your book. Okay. So with that, right? I mean, that's part of being a part of Brown Girls Do Network, and which we would love to have you to be a part of Brown Girls Do Network. We also do workshops. Maybe I'm going to try to talk her into y'all to doing a workshop for us with this makeup. I'm going to try to talk her into it and stuff. I don't know if we can afford her, but I'm going to try to talk her into it. Okay. The workshop, and definitely highly recommend you join us at the workshop. And when are you going to join us with Brown Girls Do Network?
Oh, I think I'm going to join it now. I think I need to join now because I think this is so needed what you're doing.
I can't
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
You went down low.
Mm-hmm. Is it still low right now?
I can hear you, but it just went down low. Mm-hmm. And Issa is saying, workshop, please do the workshop.
It's coming. Just be a little patient with me. It's definitely coming, because I feel like I was always supposed to teach makeup. I feel like I was always supposed to be a teacher of some sort. I was also offered to work at my beauty school because they want me to come teach there, and I'm like, okay, give me some time. I'm coming. They really want me there, but definitely, I think it's time for me to join.
I think it's time. What y'all think? I think it's time for her to join also, because here's the thing. We are not about competition. However, I don't think we have a makeup artist in the network at this time. Okay. And it doesn't mean that everybody's like, yes, please. It does. Even if we did have another makeup artist, you could still join. So here's the thing, ladies, we are coming to the end of our hour. However, I do want to ask you this last question for our listeners and for anyone else. What advice would you give to an aspiring artist?
An aspiring artist. Don't give up. No matter where you think you are, or if you feel like you're not getting traction or you're not getting clients, it comes hand in hand with being patient all the way around. I would say, don't look at what others are doing so much. Be your own competition. Feel like, okay, what can I do next to be better? How can I be better next? That's one of the things that I do, is I look back at, okay, what did I do in that last video? Or what did I do for that last look? How can I be better? And that's what I do for my clients as well. I'll see a picture and I'm like, oh, you could have done that better. And I'll remember that. I don't care if it's 6 months later. I'm going to be like, okay, now I know what I did wrong. You may not have seen it, but I've seen it. Okay, now I can be better. So it's basically growing, learning, remain teachable. Remain teachable, because if you're not teachable, you're not going to really grow that much, because you feel like, okay, I'm the best. Like for me, I have so much growing to do. And I feel like from last year to this year, it's so much that I learned, especially about myself. And it's about being patient in the journey. And honestly.
Yes, I love that. Juanita said, welcome, Queen. She's a Brown Girls Do Network member. Issa is saying, yes, come on. Listen, they're like, welcome. They're like, oh, she's in. Like she definitely.
I know this Issa. She's such a vibe. Yes.
Donishia, I want to say thank you so much for agreeing to do this live with me. Thank you so much for being in the studio with me. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Thank you so much for doing Keisha's makeup, the mannequin, right? When you thought you couldn't do it, but I knew you could do it.
I've never done that before. I've never done something like that before. You gave me a challenge. You're like, I think you're the woman for the job. I'm like, okay.
I knew you can do it. I was like, what does she mean?
I was like, oh, this is awesome. I've loved every bit of it. It was a long process, but it was, for me, I like things like that. When I can focus on something, I'm going to keep going until I get it right. But thank you. That was awesome.
So what I'm talking about, guys, is that I have a mannequin in the studio as my practice mannequin, and I gave her to Donishia and said, do your thing. Just be creative. And Lafayette was like, oh, okay. He was even like, okay, but she got to go. She got to get out of here.
She was definitely transformed from when you brought her to the, I'm like, oh shoot, I did that. That's crazy. It looks so good. I'm really happy with how it came out.
So, ladies,
thank you so much for trusting me.
Thank you very much for joining us on this Brown Girls Do Network Live. We will be back here next Wednesday at 7 p.m. with Miss Bammy, a heavy hitter in Mary Kay, and we can learn a lot from her in reference to marketing. Okay, be safe, have a peaceful night, and again, thank you for joining us. And we will see you back here next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Good night.
Good night.